Utopian society means a society where all are equal, no differences, everyone is equal. It is like ideal society. It also means something like not practical, because your 5 fingers same length or different length. You cannot expect the society to be of the same level all the time. You have differences. Have you got the first word? Second word, write the word inherent. Inherent means inbuilt. Also write the word intrinsic. Write the word inborn. Inherent qualities means what? Intrinsic, inbuilt, inborn. And sometimes your qualities cannot be changed and you express the same traits all the time, then write this idiomatic expression, second nature. It is his second nature, her second nature means some inherent quality. Have you got the meaning? Try to copy quickly, write the word fervor, F-E-R-V-O-U-R. Have we got this word? Means what? Excitement. With a lot of fervor means excitement, enthusiasm. Religious fervor means what? With that excitement towards a religion. Commitment, passion, all these words you can think of. And proponents, write the word proponents. Proponents of a particular idea means what? Those who support an idea, those who work for a particular idea. Proponents of modern lifestyle means what? Those who support the modern lifestyle. Have you guys got the meaning? In this context, the proponents cite AI breakthroughs. Now write the word breakthrough. Breakthrough, I'm sure you all know the meaning. But breakthrough, there's a common error. Above that or before that you write major breakthrough. Major breakthrough is right or wrong. Mark it wrong. Breakthrough is something major. You cannot say major breakthrough. That is a redundant expression, not correct. And write the word CITE. We have got many a time. What are the words you have to recollect? Write the word marvel. From this we get marvelous. Marvelous, positive word or negative word? Write the word marvel means wonder. Marvelous, fabulous, beautiful, fantastic, all these mean the same positive words. It's a marvel means it's a wonder. Write the word, no need, tell me what is the meaning of the word transition. Change, no need to write. This is an important word. First you write the word refute. Refute means challenge, and it goes with charges. Someone has been charged with something. He may refute the charges, means what? Challenge the charges. And here it has been used irrefutable, means no one can challenge. What is the meaning of irrefutable? Cannot be challenged. Oh, you are here today, good. Is your interview over? Irrefutable means what? Cannot be challenged, an important word. Then you write the word linear. Linear, I'm sure you all know. In this context, linear arguments means what? One-sided, single track. Single track. Then there is an important word, write the word. Tell me what is the meaning, we have got a few times. Obfuscate means what? Make something vague. Please write make vague. Or obscure. Also write the word obscure. What is the other word you have to think of? Ambiguous, not clear. Then you write the word ethical, but you write the another word form, right? Ethic. Ethics. Ethics means what? Very good. Values. Then you write the word ramification. Ramification means consequences. Write the meaning. Ramifications, consequences of something. Implications, also write the word implications. I hope all of you are writing these words. Embody means what? Signify. Write the embodies means signify. You can also write the word represent. Based on the context, embodies something. Embodies the biases, means what? Represents the biases or prejudices. Then write the word, no need, answer. Proliferate, we have got many a time. What does it mean? Multiply quickly. For that, there's one idiom. What is that idiom? Beginners, you can write mushroom growth. Mushroom growth of institutes. Proliferation of institutes. Multiply rapidly. What is the meaning of fragment? Become into parts, pieces, fragmented. What is the meaning of surveillance? Scrutinize or examine thoroughly. You all know the word surveillance. Aerial surveillance. Examine or scrutinize thoroughly. Write the word discourse. We have got many a time, but write the combination. Public discourse. Discourse means a discussion. One more expression I give, religious. Today you have people like Chaganti, what's his full name? Koteshwarao Garu and Garikapati. What do? They get into religious discourses, discussions in public. That's an important word. And write this word. I think there's a question. Write the word. I will not give the meaning because there is a question. Fetish. Fetish also we can say. That's an important word. What is the meaning of deploy? Deploy police, deploy soldiers. Place in position. Whenever there is a problem in the city, the government does what? Deploy the police or armed forces. Perpetuate means what? Write the word perpetuate. Continue. Perpetuate some practice means what? Continue some practice. Entangle means what? Got entangled in a net. Means got into that net and difficult to come out of it. Disentangle means come out of it. What is the meaning of privileges? Privilege means what? Rights. Privileges means what? Rights. There's one important word, juggernaut. Do you see that? It is in bold. I think there's a question, so I will not give the meaning. But write the word novelty. Novel, from that you get the word novelty. Novelty means what? New, something new. Novel idea means what? New idea. It's a novelty means what? It's something new. How many words have you got roughly? 15 plus or 10 plus? Today's paper is an excellent paper. Outstanding in my opinion for two reasons. One reason, the passage is not for a common man, not for a layman. An intellectual can understand, answer the questions based on the passage. You got to be very happy. First reason. Second reason, we have 5 questions based on the meanings of the idioms. Each question, 5 idioms. 5 questions. How many idioms you have to know? 25. That is wonderful. Testing you in the real sense. And other questions, 5 questions based on double pillars or triple pillars. That means 5 into 3. Each question 5 into 3, 15. 15 into 5, 75 words. Look at the paper. This is what you have to. What depresses me, a paper like this, I will talk about this after the session, not now. Shall I go to the first question? What is the first question here? What is the central idea of the passage? This passage is all about the developments right now, what is happening in the world of technology. It touches AI, it touches virtual reality, it touches automation, all these things. At the same time, the writer points out or criticizes the technological development right now. What is the criticism against the latest technology? It is not ethical, it does not include, it is not inclusive in its nature or approach, and that is a criticism. It shows some sort of prejudice or bias against the underprivileged or minority groups. Have you noticed that? And also the writer takes a stand and says this technology should be ethical and it should be human-centric. And it also talks about the technology, those who support the technologies, latest technologies, they do it for the sake of it. They don't try to solve the problem. They don't try to touch the core issues that go with the mankind. This is a gist of the passage. And first one, what is the central idea? Please underline central idea. I hope you guys have read the passage. How many of you raise your hands? Okay, then you respond. Many of these questions, you don't have to read the passage. Again, sheer common sense, you can answer many questions. But if you have the background, provided you have the background, imagine you don't have the background, you have to go upside down to answer many questions. Innovation always leads to inequality. We cannot say that it is too general a statement and categorically negative. We can never take a categorically negative stand. Techno-utopianism, underline, hides the cost of unchecked innovation. This seems okay, hold this one. What is the third option? Governments are lagging behind digital growth. I don't think the passage talks about that. But underline the expression lagging behind. Lag behind is positive or negative? So that means behind in the real sense, or what does it mean? In the race, you are at the same level or behind? Behind, lagging behind. Technology must be eliminated to restore equality. That is impossible. You cannot imagine. AI is the greatest threat to democracy. No. So what is the answer here? If you cannot decide the answer, at least elimination approach, you can, only one stands out. Which one is that? Techno-Ethiopianism hides the cost of unchecked innovation. Not easy to answer, but elimination approach, you can answer this one. Question number 2. The phrase innovation for innovation's sake implies. What do you understand from this? Sometimes we say some people talk for the sake of talking. That means there's substance or no substance. Don't talk for the sake of talking, we say. Don't say for the sake of saying. For that we also say lip service. Please write this expression. Have you heard of this any time? I don't like lip service. Don't show us lip service. Means casually promising something, casually saying something. The person does not mean it. Casually saying sorry or casually doing something. And here you have to recollect one important idiom. Please write that one. Walk the talk. What is the meaning of walk the talk? Do what you say. Leaders promise so many things, they don't implement. And you have to walk the talk, means whatever you say, you have to implement. Have you got the meaning? Fine. Question number 2, innovation for innovation's sake, what does it mean? Innovation should always be government-led, nothing to do with that. Innovation is often pursued without regard for its social utility. They don't focus on social utility. For the sake of innovation, they try to innovate. This seems right, hold this one. Innovation should be slow to preserve tradition. It doesn't make any sense. Only software companies benefit from innovation. Everyone gets benefited. Innovation has peaked in value. Innovation is always dynamic, keep changing. You can never put a stop to that. Today something, tomorrow better. Day after tomorrow, much better. So what is the answer based on that? For this also, you don't have to read the passage. Sheer common sense, you can answer. Which of the following does the passage not mention as a risk of unchecked technology? Underline not mention. A reinforcement of social biases, passage talks about that. Fragmentation of public discourse, passage talks about that with the word echo chambers. Slower governance mechanisms, it doesn't talk about that. Job losses without worker reskilling, it does mention. Data rights violations, it does mention. So what is the answer here? Technology speeds up, expedites. Write the word expedite. Expedite means what? Speed up. What is the other word for that? Write the word accelerate. Technology never slows government mechanisms. It always speeds up, accelerates or expedites. Have you copied those two words? This also sheer common sense, you can answer. Which example in the passage illustrates technological bias? In the passage talks about facial recognition of minority groups. Do you remember? Renewable energy transitions? No. Government data collection? No. Facial recognition errors, this has been mentioned, goes with minority groups. Cryptocurrency mining? No. Automation in factories? No. So what is the answer here? Third one is the answer. Which best describes self-justifying juggernaut? Underline the word juggernaut. How many of you know this word? Raise your hands. This word is Indian origin. Origin is what? Indian origin. In Sanskrit, in Odisha especially, you all know Puri. Whose temple is famous? Puri Jagannath. So Jagannath comes from the word Jagannath, Jagannathudu. Jagannathudu means what? A person who can do anything and he is not accountable for anything. All-powerful person. That's what it means. Have you got it? When it went to English, it got changed to Juggernaut. But what is the actual word? Jagannathudu. A fragile system at risk of collapse. This talks about being powerful. But first option is a strength or weakness. What is the meaning of fragile? Weak. A powerful force that continues without accountability. That's what I said. Answer is the second option. An outdated machine requiring upgrades. A chaotic but creative movement. An efficient form of governance. No. A powerful force that continues without accountability, not answerable to anyone. Have you chosen that option? Very good. Which statement aligns with the author's perspective? All innovation is harmful and must be stopped. Will anyone say that? Only a fool will say that. The private sector should control all digital development? No. Ethical frameworks must guide technological progress. Obviously, passage is all about that. We need technology, but technology with human-centric, value-oriented or without value orientation. What is the other word for values? Ethics. So answer is the third option. Government should digitize all services immediately. The internet should be regulated like television. No. So answer is the third one. The word fetishization, fetish, means it has two different meanings. One meaning I cannot tell here. You better refer the dictionary later. But in this context, I will give the second meaning. Please write. Inanimated object supposed to have magical powers. Animated means with life. What is the meaning of inanimated? With life or without life? Please write. Objects, things. Tribal people, others also sometimes, but tribal people usually, they believe in nature. They think some certain things in nature, certain objects in nature, they have magical powers. And based on that, this word. So have you got the meaning? Inanimated object supposed to have what? Magical powers. In this context, technology to have the magical powers. That's how you have to. What is the meaning of that word? Can you say ignorance? Can you say casual adoption? Excessive admiration. So tribal people, what they would do, they would admire. Another meaning, please write the word admire. It is there, you don't have to write. They would admire certain natural things, thinking they have the magical powers. That also another meaning. Based on that, what is the answer? Excessive admiration of something. Why do they admire? With the belief that they have magical powers. Tactical rejection. Tactical means strategic. Write the meaning. That is not the answer. Misuse is not the answer. So what is the answer here? Excessive admiration. Perhaps that is a bit difficult. Which of the following best represents the writer's criticism of digital platforms? They have no user base in rural areas. Seems okay, hold that one. They encourage healthy debate. They create echo chambers and polarize society. This word, exact word, has been used in the passage. So what is the answer based on that? Third option is the answer. Underline the word polarize. Polarize means what? Divide society into two major groups. North Pole, South Pole. Imagine on a particular issue, society gets divided. 50% this side, 50% this side. Then what do we say? The society got polarized. An important word. Can you consider the fourth option? They are regulated by international treaties? No. They operate only for government surveillance? No. Over. How many questions based on the passage? Who has got all the 8 correct today? No wonder. 5 plus. Pretty good. Good. Keep it up. Always expect a passage like this. Never be happy if you come across an easy passage. You should be happy when you come across a passage like this. Do you understand what I say? Tell me why. Imagine today's paper like this we get for 30 days. You will clear your prelims or mains effortlessly. Your standards will go up automatically. Always look for very tough papers. Shall we go to the next set of questions? What are these about? These are not easy. One at least not easy. Some, one or two easy, two or three difficult. The activist campaign, underline activist campaign. When you see the word campaign, it goes with which sphere or realm? Politics. And imagine a candidate is contesting from a particular constituency. He goes door to door. What is the word you use? There are two words. One is campaigning, the other one canvassing. You have to recollect all the related words. The activist campaign was dismissed as what? Noise rather than signal by mainstream media. This is a bit difficult. We'll check the options. Because it's a very short, simple sentence. You don't have before, after, nothing is there. Not easy to consider the context, guess the context. You have to depend on grammar knowledge. Sound and fury. Underline the word fury. Fury means what? Anger, right? The meaning, a lot of anger, we say fury. And write another word form. He was furious yesterday, means what? Very angry yesterday. You cannot use fury in this context because it talks about what? Campaign. Signal over noise. But here, noise is a positive word, a negative word. Signal seems to be a positive word. Then we cannot bring this into the picture. Position is not correct. Noisy instead of signal. You can say noisy, hold the third option. Noise, not signal. Here you are comparing rather than. That expression has to be maintained. You cannot eliminate rather than. And what is the next one? No correction required. I have eliminated all except one. Which option is that? Third option. Noise. Which part of speech is it? Noun. Noisy. Adjective. Now tell me the word signal in this context, which part of speech? Noun. That means you use two nouns or adjective noun. Because rather than. Both should be nouns. You cannot use an adjective. Based on that, what is the answer? No correction required. How many of you have chosen the fifth option? Good. I hope you guys got the reason behind. Noisy is an adjective. Signal is a noun. Noisy rather than signal, grammatically not correct, parallel expression. Next one, his argument, while intellectually seducing. There's not a good combination, but still. Lacked practical substance. How many of you know the meaning of the word seduce? Raise your hands. Not a word to be used here. And refer the dictionary later. It has other connotations, but here I cannot. And intellectually seducing. Rakid have used the right combination. Saved me. His argument while intellectually seducing. Seems okay. Now let us go to options. Nothing wrong with the word intellectually. Intellectually seductive. Hold this one. Intellectually seduced, you cannot use the word form seduced. And seductively intellectual, you cannot say. Intellect, you can say that also. We don't know the context here. Intellectually seducing. I think same thing they have given. No correction required. Seducing, as such, nothing wrong. Seductive, as such, nothing wrong. Now you have to decide between the word form. When I use ing form, a verb ing form, how many parts of speech can I use that one as? I can use as a noun, verb ing form used as a noun. What is the word? Gerund. I can use as a verb in continuous tenses, and I can use as an adjective. Seducing person. Person is a noun, seducing is what? Adjective. But here, between the two, seductive is appropriate adjective form, not seducing, because it can be a noun, it can be a verb. Based on that, what is the answer? Intellectually seductive. Seductive is a better word form. Nothing wrong with the word. Word form is not correct. Have you got it? Not easy. This is not at all easy. First, you have to know the meaning of the word seduction. The decision to automate customer queries stems by. I've given this many a time. Tell me the word stem. typical meaning is what? Goes with what? All of you please write. Everyone knows, but if you write, you can consolidate. And stem, as here it is a noun, goes with the plant. Again, you write the word stem, brackets, you write verb. As a verb, it has a positive meaning, it has a negative meaning. Positive meaning, originate from, to come from, stems from something, means comes from there, positive. And negative, stop something. What is the negative meaning here? Stem illegal activities, means what? Stop illegal activities. But all said and done, you should know this word as a verb takes a preposition from. How many of you know this? Fine. Then the question is an easy question. By cannot be used. How many options with from? Strike off other options. Will you say the decision to automate customer queries stemmed from or stems from? So what is the answer based on that? You can use stemmed also. Nothing wrong with the verb in the past. But there is no time factor. And this talks about a fact. And also in the sentence they have used the verb in which form? I hope you guys are listening. Present. So go with that pattern, stems from. They wanted to check your prepositional combination knowledge. What is this question about? Prepositional combination. The verb stem takes a preposition from. That you have to know. Then easy question. The initiative, though well-meaning, this I am not convinced. The key says nothing wrong, no correction required. But we don't say well-meaning. Well-intentioned is okay. But intentioned also sounds a little odd. Good intention we say, and good meaning we don't say, well meant we don't say, usage point of view. But grammatically it should be correct. And well intentioned also doesn't sound right. Better meaning, no. Actually, the key says what? Check the key once. Well meaning we don't say that. I don't see the right option here. But we don't know, they must have taken from somewhere. And you have to go with the key. But I'm not convinced. Do you understand what I say? Underline the word was marred by. Mar means what here? Don't think of the Hindi word, maro. That's a different meaning altogether. Here, mar means what? Spoil, write the word, spoil. Ruined. You all know the word ruin. Same thing. Ruin, mar, spoil. By execution flaws, what is the meaning of the word flaw? Mistake. You all know that. Shall we go to the next one? The minister was critiqued for ignoring climate experts or criticized for. Before you go to the options, you have to know, was criticized. Where do you have that? Third option, not critiqued. Criticized for something, for ignoring climate experts. I think these are a bit challenging. Is the mic on? I'll repeat my statement. I think these are a bit challenging. Thank you. What are these about? How many? 5 questions. I think 3 to 4 should not be a problem. The professor suggested, underline the word suggested. It is like a reporting verb. Here the reporting verb is in present or past. Then in the other clause, you use can or could. Can changes to could. You all know that reporting verb. Then where is the error? The professor suggested that students read more primary sources so that what? They can or they could. One clue is there. Which one is that? Suggested. Suggest, then you don't have to change can to could. But suggested, then it has to be could. The documentary not only examines, underline not only, underline examines the plight of refugees, underline the word plight, but also proposes. Examines, proposes, same form, nothing wrong there. Viable solutions for resolve or to resolve, or for resolving, either to resolve or for resolving. To resolve the crisis. Where is the error? Fourth part, there is an error. This is an easy one. And what is the meaning of the word plight? Write a few combinations. Plight of migrant workers. At the time of COVID-19, they announced a lockdown all of a sudden. Many migrant workers on the way back home, they got stuck. They got stuck means what is the word? Write the word stranded. Get stuck means get stranded. They got stranded. They could not go back to the capital city. They could not go to the native place. They got stuck somewhere. And they had miserable conditions. They had to face miserable conditions. Plight means to be in a distressed state. Underline the word distressed. I'm giving a better word. Simple word is what? Miserable situation. Miserable. Someone in a miserable situation, imagine his plight means imagine his miserable situation. Have you got the meaning? I'll give one more example so that you can understand. Imagine someone spends 1 full year, solid preparation, totally dedicated. When he or she goes and takes the exam, not even one question easy to answer, then what will be the mindset? Then we say, imagine the plight of the student. 1 year hard work, could not answer many questions. Have you got the meaning now? I hope you guys are with me. Somehow I feel you all look very serious today. Nothing has gone wrong. Only the paper has gone wrong. Now let us go to the next one. Despite the adverse weather, underline the word adverse, underline despite. Despite of, right or wrong? In spite of 2 words or 3 words. Despite the adverse weather, what is the meaning of adverse? Write the meaning negative. Adverse means what? Negative. When we say adverse report, negative report, despite the adverse weather, the team managed to complete the trek without any significant, underline the word, injuries. Injuries, answer my question, singular or plural? Then can you use the next word, singular? Will you say loss or losses? Very good, I appreciate that. Without injuries or losses. Plural, plural, noun, noun. But you have to recollect, write 3 words. First you write this. What is this? A lose, part of speech, verb. What is the past form? Lost. Past participle, lost. Then you write the word OOSC, part of speech, adjective. Opposite of what? Tight. And then you write the word loss. Here we are talking about losses. And part of speech, noun. Opposite of profit. Losses. You all know that word. No injuries, no losses. Or injuries, losses. But you have to know all the 3. Shall I go to the next one? Are you getting time to write? Okay. This is an easy one based on your grammar knowledge. What should catch your attention? First you underline no sooner. Takes which word? Than. Underline than. First check the combination. Then you have to check the clause after no sooner or any negative word. When we begin a sentence with a negative word, the clause should be in which form? Interrogative form. No, not tense form. The committee had released the report. Affirmative. Had the committee released the report. Which form is that? Interrogative. We call it inversion. Interrogative form. Nothing wrong here also. Both you have to check. No sooner had the committee released its report than journalists. Here we use 2 clauses. And 2 clauses we use either past perfect or past tense. No other tense. First one we had which tense? Past perfect. And here it should be in past. Then what is the right word here? Began is the right word. No sooner had the committee released its report than journalists began questioning the accuracy of its findings. Simple. Based on grammar knowledge. The speaker's tone was condescending. An important word, right? Means a secretive. Condescending affair, secret affair. Which did not sit well with the audience. This is a good question. Condescending. Please repeat. No, rash means not rude. We use the word rude. That is different. Condescending, one of the meanings, I don't know this meaning, but one of the meanings, secretive, not open, rather some sort of secrecy is there. Have you got it? We'll see the context. The speaker's tone was condescending. Now, what is the meaning you said? Rude, which did not sit well with the audience. But condescending, in this context, okay, what you said. But usually it goes with some sort of secrecy being maintained by the speaker. Why is this a good question? All of you underline audience. Tell me, audience takes a singular verb or plural verb or both? It can be singular, it can be plural. And some students think only audience is correct. Audience is not correct. Audience is also correct. Audiences across the world means we are talking about audience in each country. Nothing wrong with the word audiences. First problem with this question. Nothing wrong with the word audience. Then here you can use one more. Please write the relative pronoun which. Who can be used, which can be used? Audience. Were you can use, was you can use. But the key says there is an error in the fourth part. Here audience is considered one unit. Then will you say who or which? If it is considered one unit, we have to use a relative pronoun which, not who. Are you guys listening carefully? One possibility. Second possibility, you consider one unit, then will you say, forget about this part. You consider audience one unit. You use a singular verb or a plural verb. Then what is the right one? Either way, there is a problem here. What is the problem? Either this or that. Fourth part is the answer. Over. Now we have how many questions based on triple fillers? These take a lot of time. Each question, how many words you have to know? 15 words and 5 into 15. Today I got at about 3:30. I think we had a technical problem initially. So session will go till 4:30 at the outset. And I'll give you an option. Shall we work on this? At any cost we are going to work. No escape. But shall we work on these 5 questions now? Or we work on other questions and come back here? Your choice. How many of you say now? Raise your hands. How many of you say come back? Raise your hands. May I know the reason? What is the logic behind? I respect. We go with the majority. But you can't escape. We are going to come back. What are these about? 2 questions based on meanings of words. If you know, easy. If you don't know, you have to go upside down. The minority community was subjugated for decades under the oppressive regime. But based on this sentence, based on the context, you have to understand. Oppressive means positive or negative. A regime means current government, incumbent government. And the context talks about something negative. Some people got suppressed because of the word oppressive. Subjugated, positive word or negative word? Negative. Liberated, positive. They want same or opposite? Opposite, no, same. Then oppressed, same thing. Isolated, no. Engaged, no. Elevated, no. So what is the answer here? The minority community was oppressed for decades under the oppressive regime. Makes sense. But we don't use 2 times, what is the better word? Subjugated under. Subjected to oppression under a particular regime. Have you guys chosen that one? Next. The child tried to coax his pet dog out from under the bed using a treat. You all know the word treat. Here it is a noun. Give me a treat, I gave him a treat. But here context talks about doing what with the pet dog? Positive or negative? Positive. Can you use a negative word like threaten, order, command, reject? So what is the answer? Persuaded the pet dog to come out of the bed, from under the bed. Now let us go to 5 questions based on what? You guys have to respond. Idioms. Each 3 questions. Each question, how many idioms? 5 idioms means to deal with these questions, you have to know the meanings of 5 idioms first. Then when you read the sentence, you have to understand the context, what exactly the words mean. Then you can choose the appropriate idiom. Despite facing numerous challenges and temptations, Jack was loyal no matter what. You all know the meaning of the word loyal. Write this word. Generally, we don't use this word form, we use opposite. Have you heard of this? Fidelity means being loyal. We don't use a positive word, we use a negative word. What is the negative word here? Infidelity means not being loyal to the partner. Imagine lovers are there, wife and husband there, and they break the whatever they are supposed to maintain, the values. Then what is the word we use? Infidelity. Have you heard of this any time? Okay. Here context talks about being loyal. What is the first one? Through thick and thin. Before I give the answer, I would like to ask you a question. Shall I? There are 5 idioms. Who knows all the 5 idioms? Raise your hands. Okay. Then you can. Otherwise, not possible. Here the exact idiom, being loyal to someone, answer is the first option, very first option. Through thick and thin means positive situation, you are with your friend. Negative situation, you are with your friend. He has been with me through thick and thin. Means adverse situation also has been with me. Answer is the first one. But be in two minds. I will give the meanings of other idioms as well. He is always in two minds. Never be in two minds means what? Your exam. How many options? Multiple choice. 5 options. You eliminated 3 options. Now you have still how many? Now you cannot decide. This one or this one? This one or this one? You are in two minds. Never be in that stage. You have to decide for sure which one. And this is also known as middle class dilemma. You can say dilemma, you can say dilemma. What is middle class dilemma? Rich people have nothing to lose. They are rich, they have money, they don't care the society. They want to wear, nobody bothers. They don't care. They don't want to wear, no one. They don't care, nobody cares also. Others respect because they have money. Poor person has nothing to lose. He cannot wear, no money, no need, no money to buy also, and has nothing to lose. So rich person, no headache, doesn't care the society. Poor person, no headache because nothing to lose. Who is in between? Middle class. Imagine the trend is a rich guy comes with torn jeans. What is the word I have used? Who wears a torn jean? Rich man or poor man? Poor man, obviously. Poor fellow wears torn jeans. Now what is the trend here? A rich man cuts his jeans or gets a patch for his jean and walks in. Oh, he's a rich guy, BMW. So that becomes a trend. And poor fellow, anyhow, he wears a torn jean because he doesn't have money, he can't buy a new one. Middle class, they are in a dilemma. If I wear the torn jeans, he wants to wear because he wants to look trendy, but parents don't accept and the society may not accept. To be, not to be. This is a headache for middle class people all the time. Have you got? This has been said poetically by many people. Middle class headache is to be or not to be. Never be in that situation. Have you got the meaning? Bite the dust. 2 meanings. One meaning, to fail. Simply write fail. Another meaning, to get killed. Right? To get killed. You have to write quickly because I have to give 15 idioms meanings. And when we go to that exam topic, 75 words. Do remember, we have to be very fast. What is the next one? Queer fish. Means a strange person. Some people behave in a strange manner. Everyone sits here, one fellow comes and sits here. Then what do you say? Queer fish means strange behavior. Have you got the meaning? Ill at ease means not comfortable. Public speaking, some people talk very comfortably and some people, they are not comfortable. Then he was ill at ease while giving the presentation, means he was not comfortable. Have you got the meanings? Answer is what? After hearing the proposal, the entire team nodded in unison signifying the agreement completely. Any difference of opinion or everyone agreed? Unanimous, unanimous. See eye to eye means answer is the first option. What is the answer here? See eye to eye means to agree what the other person says. What are the other options? A broken reed means a weak person. One meaning you write. Another meaning, a person without power. A weak person has power or no power. So, a person without any impact, without any power, a broken reed. A burning question, question in the limelight. Burning issue, I'm sure you all know. What comes under current affairs? Burning issues, current issues. Burning question means an important question. Wolf in sheep's clothing, you can understand. Write the word deceptive. Wolf is dangerous, it wears the clothing of a sheep, means deceiving or not deceiving. So deceptive in nature. At the drop of the hat means immediately. Also write the word quickly. Someone does the work at the drop of a hat means what? Immediately, without any delay, promptly. Also write the word prompt. Promptly. This is an important one, they have given many a time. I guess I'm not an impressive speaker. That's an example, okay? And I don't fit in political field. I don't fit. I'm not interested. So what is the idiom I have given many a time? I read the Hindu paper once in a blue moon. Means what? Really. Why? Reading the Hindu paper is not my cup of tea. Means what? Not of my interest. So what is the answer here? Fourth option, not my cup of tea. But first one, add insult to injury. I'm sure you all know. And a prodigal son, you have to write two words. One is prodigy. And the other one, prodigal. Tell me what is the difference. Prodigy means what? Positive or negative? Positive. Someone with supernatural powers, a child. Prodigal means what? Positive or negative? Please write the words. I have given many a time. Write the word extravagant. Also write the word spendthrift. Do they sound familiar? Prodigal, lavish, extravagant, spendthrift. These are all negative words. What are the that means they spend money without thinking. But what are the words someone spends money thinking? There are two words. First you write the word First you write the word thrifty. Spendthrift, negative word. Thrifty, positive word. And what is the other word? Frugal. Both are positive words. Frugal, thrifty. Shall we go back to the question? What is this? Answer is what? The fourth one, not my cup of tea. Add insult to injury, simple. Make the situation worse. Prodigal son who spends money lavishly. Make a mountain out of a molehill. Means, please write the word exaggerate. Small issue, you try to make it very big. Then make a mountain out of a molehill. Exaggeration. Have you heard of this any time? Not my cup of tea is the answer, not of my interest. Over head and ears means completely. Fully, completely. Into something completely. Shall we go to the next one? I think questions based on idioms over. These are based on word usage. These are not easy in my opinion. Edge has many meanings. The company has an edge. Competitive edge we say. Have you heard of that? So you can use with a company. Take this one. He stood at the edge of the conversation, contributing nothing. Generally we don't say this. Edge of something, nothing wrong. But here conversation abstract. Edge of the conversation, contributing nothing. I'm not quite sure because as far as my knowledge goes, in my opinion, I've never come across edge of the conversation. Hold this one. Her voice had an edge of irritation. This also I have never come across. Perhaps it is right. Because a situation like this, we have to go with the key. What does the key say? All the three. But as far as my knowledge goes, first one, damn sure. Now check. How many options with A? No, you cannot decide this way. You have to go with fourth option. Table. The minister tabled the motion for urgent debate. I think this is acceptable. Table something for discussion. We need to table this topic until the next meeting. This also goes with the same context. Table this topic means what? Hold it for discussion. The results were tabled with the finance department. This is also right. Here you can be damn sure. All the three sentences, the word table has been used properly, contextually, grammatically. So what is the answer based on that? Now let us go to those questions. Could you tell me the number? Where do they begin? 19. These take a lot of time. How many of you have attempted these questions? Raise your hands. But if you're really good at English, you attempt. Otherwise, not advisable. And also, if you have time, you attempt. Otherwise, not advisable. Because I myself had to depend on one particular word, three blanks, only one word I could, to save time. That if you have that ability, fine. Otherwise, you have to check everything. Based on contextual awareness, the diplomat's remarks were widely regarded as an attempt to the conflict, though some analysts felt they merely the issue. Perhaps you have to think something like, the diplomat tried to alleviate the tensions, but some analysts or critics thought he did it superficially or did not serve the purpose. This is some idea you have to get. What is the answer based on that? As a genuine attempt you can use. As a token is something namesake we cannot use here. Strategic you can consider. Provocative negative word can you consider? Hasty negative word you cannot. And either A or C, but you are not sure. And attempt to exacerbate, widely regarded something positive or negative. Because first positive, only then we get negative, critics and analysts. That means exacerbate negative word you cannot consider. Resolve you can hold this one. Politicize negative, differ in a way negative, misplace negative. Hold that one. What is the next one? Merely sensationalized. We need a negative word because it is a stand taken by the critics. Placate. Placate means what? To pacify someone. Placate means to reduce the anger, alleviate. Muddle means mess up. Spoil. Please write mess up. Also write the word spoil. Highlighted, clarified. We need a positive word or negative word. Negative word. And one of these. But let us go with analysts felt they merely sensationalized the issue. We don't use the word sensationalized here. And placated the issue. No, we have to use a negative word, not a word like placate. What are you left with? Muddled. Now you check how many options with C in the fourth position. I hope you guys are with me. That should be your answer. This is the only way you can, under the given time, under the pressure. Now we'll cross-check. CBC. The diplomat's remarks were widely regarded as what? A strategic attempt to what? Resolve the conflict. Conflict we try to resolve. That is another clue for you. Diplomat, resolve the conflict. Obviously, that is his job. So what is the answer here? Have you chosen that? Okay. The committee's recommendations were hailed. Underline the word hailed. Hail has three different meanings. What is the first one in this context? Praise. Write the word praise. But I hail from Visakhapatnam. Means what? I belong to Vizag. I am from Visakhapatnam. Second meaning. But imagine heavy rain with ice balls, ice cubes. What do you call it? Hailstorm. Three different meanings. The committee's recommendations were hailed as positive word or negative word. Can you use a negative word like controversial? Hold ambitious. Exhaustive? Negative. Redundant? Negative. Regressive? Negative. I think this is easy. Only one option positive. Which one is that? Ambitious. How many options begin with B? Check A, 1 and 2. Save your time. I will go with the first one. We'll see how it goes. The committee's recommendations were hailed as ambitious, though their what? They're technical or they're vague. Their vague language left them open to something is vague. You discuss, you don't discuss. You guys have to respond. Imagine I explain well in a crystal clear manner. Do you discuss what is the answer for this? What did the master say? Do you discuss or you leave it there? My explanation is crystal clear, you don't discuss. But I make it vague, ambiguous. Then what do? Why does master say this? Why not this? You have a discussion. This is contextual awareness. Language left them open to what? Based on that, divergent interpretations. Because different interpretations. Here, first one is what? BBA. You don't have to go beyond this. What is the answer? Have you chosen the first option? I will read out. The committee's recommendations were hailed as ambitious, though their vague language left them open to deliberations, open to interpretations, open to discussions. What sort of discussions? Can you say universal? Monolithic goes with rocks. Can you say simplistic? Can you say narrow? Divergent. Divergent means what? Different. Answer is obviously the first option. Let us go to the next one. My only request to you people, I don't know how many of you have attempted these questions. Whether you attempted or not, please listen to my analysis. That will help in the long run. Don't cut off. Don't ignore the analysis or explanation. The minister's apology was seen as, we don't know positive or negative, failing to, that's positive word or negative word. That means first word should be negative word. Failing to public, or could be negative obviously, failing to do what? Public anger. Public anger, you take it to higher level or bring it down. Or address the issues at hand. Now let us see. First one should be positive or negative? Negative. Insincere, negative. Timely, positive. Explosive, negative. Sweeping is a general. Sweeping means broad. And rhetorical is also neutral. Sweeping, rhetoric means what? Persuasive speech or writing. Don't consider. Insincere or explosive. Let us hold. Failing to, public anger. When public angry, you try to do what? Aggravate the situation or you try to reduce. Then appease. Appease means what? Reduce. Hold this one. Incite means instigate, provoke. No. Silence can be used. Stoke also means a provoke. Divert, negative word. We have got two words here also. What is the next one? The ceremonial issues. Are we talking about ceremonial issues? Peripheral issues? We don't know. Structural issues. Structural issues means they go with the entire system or a particular structure. Hold this one. A recurrent, no. Diplomatic, no. Now, structural issues at hand seems to be better. C. How many options with C? Last position. Now, let us check C. Fourth option. The minister's apology was seen as explosive, failing to what? Why will they incite? Can you use the word incite? Now we have to go to the fifth option. What is the fifth option here? The minister's apology was seen as insincere, failing to appease, placate, pacify public anger, or address the structural issues at hand. So what is the answer here? Have you guys got it? While the report presents a picture of national development, positive picture. Reports present positive picture usually. And here you have to understand because it fails. Positive, it fails to address a particular issue. I hope you guys are getting it. How to look at the sentence. Report talks about positive, but it fails to address a particular issue. This is a context. That means first word should be positive or negative. A robust positive word means what? Strong. Fragmented negative word. Rosy positive word. Dire negative word. Please write this combination, write this expression, very important, they've given many a time. Dire straits means facing problems. Dire straits means difficult situation. Please write, don't stare, difficult situation. He is in dire straits means what? Facing a lot of problems or hardships. And dire means very bad. If you take the word dire, means what? Dire consequences means very bad consequences. An important word, do remember. Have you copied? Okay. That is positive or negative? Positive. Myopic, negative. You can consider robust or rosy, but you cannot be damn sure. Both can be used. But generally we talk about future, we use rosy picture. What do we say? Rosy picture. But hold it. It fails to account for microeconomic data, conflicting data, derivative data, latent data, outdated data. But account for something here which is the most relevant word, conflicting data, and often makes claims. What sort of claims? Inflated claims, substantiated claims, precise claims. You cannot use cautious, you cannot use reluctant. But you cannot be damn sure. But you can be sure about the second word. What is the second word here? Conflicting. How many options would be in the second position? 1 and 3. Oh, there we have 3. We have to check. While the report presents, B is what? Fragmented. Can you consider? No. And next one is what? While the report presents a rosy picture of national development, it fails to account for what? Conflicting data, and often makes inflated claims. Inflated here means exaggerated. Write the meaning. Exaggerated. Hold this one. Shall we check the next one? Can you use rosy? Nothing wrong. B is what? Conflicting. Nothing wrong. C is what? You cannot say precise claims. Well, here we are talking about someone claiming more than what they deserve. We are not talking about accuracy. What are we talking about? Claiming more than what one has done. Then inflating. Inflating the figures means what? Increasing the numbers. And inflated claims, increasing the numbers. So what is the answer based on that? Have you chosen the third option? You guys are not responding, and I'm really sorry. I don't know what to say. I will say after the session. We'll go to the next one. The scientist finding, though, we need a positive word or negative word. Word challenged means something positive, because though, the contrasting word. Can you use groundbreaking? Yes, scientist groundbreaking work. Fallacious, fallacy means wrong. Write the word fallacy, something wrong. Fallacy in thinking means wrong thinking. Flaw in a way. Also write the word flaw. Incremental, you cannot use that word. Incomplete, negative word. Plagiarized, important word, put a star mark. How do you pronounce this? Not plagiarism, plagiarism, plagiarize. Plagiarize means someone takes my work, my writings, and he presents as his writings. That is plagiarism. Shall I tell something shocking? Recently I've started 200 rules, our platform, 200 grammar rules in English. And one fellow, another platform I did, he wrote the notes. Shorts he started presenting, Murthy sir's 200 grammar rules. Rule number 2, and already 50, 60 videos are there, shorts are there. What do you call that? In a way, So, what is the word that stands out here? Groundbreaking. How many options with A? You guys have to respond. Only one option. Answer should be that one. The scientist's findings, though groundbreaking, were challenged by peers, means same level people, who argued the results lacked what? Because the next word also related to reproducing. Reproducibility, and could not be replicated. Reproduce means what? Replicate. They both mean the same. So what is the answer based on that? This is not easy. But one clue is there. What is the clue? Only one option with A, that is your answer, whether you know or you don't know. Oh, thank God it's over. Race against time. Have we done with all the questions? Babu.